Projection can be described in two forms, projecting mapping and projecting with light, each having their own description. Projection mapping is the display of an image on a non-flat or non-white surface. Light is mapped onto any surface, turning common objects of any 3D shape into interactive displays. Projection with light can be described as an act of projecting or the condition of being projected, a thing or part that extends outwards beyond a prevailing line or surface. Projection can also be depicted as a structured light, the process of projecting a known pattern onto a scene. The history of projection mapping begins in 1969 at the Haunted Mansion ride in Disneyland. The video playing shows the artwork of Michael Neimark in 1980, one of the first artists using projection mapping. Neimark artwork was included in the permanent collections of the American Museum of the Moving Image in New York. An immersive film installation. First, the whole room was captured by a 16mm motion rotating camera. Then the whole room plus objects were painted white. At the end, a projector replaced the camera and projected back the colours and the details in the room.
I will present you the work of Xavier de Richmond and Ross Ashton. While I'm talking, you'll be able to see behind me some of the most famous artworks of both artists. I'll start with Xavier de Richmond. He lives and works in Paris. He defines himself as a video painter or a light painter, using projection as a new medium for painting. He is the founder of the first Festival of Lights in France 2002. His most famous work is San Antonio de Saga, USA. It's a projection of San Fernando Cathedral. His main objective was to create art that is related to people and history to represent the community's identity. The imagery that he created for this project comes from his own drawings, archival research and historical documents. He also emphasizes the importance of the soundscapes to the narratives that he creates. Another famous project of the artist is Hokushima, the Memory Project. In Alabama 2012, it's an interior rather than exterior project this time. It's different because it shows the immersive aspect of the indoor space and the different relationship that it creates with the audience. He describes his work as moving paintings, and this particular work is about individual and collective memory and its relation to Japanese history. His most important characteristic of his work is that he actually challenges the reality of the facades of the buildings, and by doing so he challenges people's understanding of an iconic historical monument by transforming them into a piece of art. Ross Ashton, on the other side, is a UK-born artist trained in photography and theatre. His work exemplifies the relationship between light, structure, artwork, surface, object and subject. He describes his work as transformations of image and light. His project, The World Machine, Durham University, which was created for the Lumiere Durham Light Festival 2015, which is the largest UK light festival, is a projection about the birth of modern cosmology from 12th century till present day. Another very famous project is the Line Project, created for Illuminate Cambridge Festival 2015. The festival is a celebration of the infinite possibilities created by this intersection of art and science. Other project is Face Britain, projection of the Buckingham Palace. In general, his work is about storytelling through image, light and sound. His projections challenge the relationship between place and space, cities and their places in people's minds. And through his art he's trying to challenge the mundane, because walking through the city every day people start to filter out what surrounds them.
Kit Webster is a Melbourne-based artist who is at the forefront of digital and spatial experimentation. He has become known internationally for hybrid sculpture forms and immersive environments that enthrall through the vivid play of audio and visual sequences. The video playing shows his project Dataflux V2, a projection installation put together for New York Fashion Week. The projection mapping takes place upon 7 rectangle cubes and as such changes the shape and experience of the objects. The projection creates a surreal experience that plays tricks on your eyes and makes you see something that is not tangibly there. Kit Webster's second project is Ignatima, a cinetic video sculpture consisting of 10 suspended concentric frames illuminated by a sequence of geometric animations. The animated patterns alternate from being mapped to each individual frame leading across the entire sculpture, creating an illusionary dimensional shift that explores the distinction between the digital and physical elements of the work. Overall, the use of lighting and projection creates a new dynamic to the space and alters perception.
The artist is Nobumichi Asai from Japan. Project is Omode. The real-time face tracking and projection mapping. Omode is a Japanese word for face or a mask. Face is considered as mirror that reflect human soul, a separate between exterior and interior inside a human. Performers use Omode masks to express multitude of dramatic emotions in this project. They showing off a real-time face tracking and projection mapping experience. The experience shows how light can be applied as makeup, transforming a model face to include futuristic and abstract visuals. From project mapping, a new face project mapping work using real-time face tracking. Connect Color is included within the Intel Corporation Experience Amazing campaign. And the second, face hacking, the real-time face tracking projection mapping. Face hacking might not have an artist to it. Duo artists Yonko Marotta and Cici Solo-Agar. The project is Map Festival Montreal in Canada. They have two tricycles adapt with projector, batteries, speaker, and computer to project their animations. They use so the small narrative with character and poetry can travel open space, lighting the world on the large scale around the city. The projection illuminate wall, trees, lakes, sidewalks, propose a playful interactivity with the public space. The video manipulates in real time. They create animate street art by riding tricycles with projector. Their work are product of a non-stop interaction with the public, the rhythm of the city, with the motion and dynamics.
In conclusion, I would like to highlight several key points. Projection art uses for canvas the existing built environment. The artists challenge the perception of the contemporary public space and the way we think about architecture. It is a dialogue between art and citizens, stimulating the public visual perception of the culture they live in. Also, it is a dialogue between physical built environment and the digital media. It makes architecture to talk. Moreover, the landscape and the architecture become editable.
Furthermore, the use of projection in light art allows the artist to transform images and light in order to create an immersive story. Projection also allows the artist to create surreal spaces in which the place and experience of such place has changed due to the effect of projection.
The mapping is a new technology for designers and artists to create ideas on the surface. It doesn't just the architecture or building, but it can create projection to the other things in our life or anything